Okay. How about you, Mr. Salazar? You're a former advisor to the vice president. How come we don't do a safe third country agreement?
Sir, we're working with our partners in the region. 21 countries signed on to the Los Angeles Declaration.
Have you done a safe third country agreement? You've had, what have you been at it, 2 years?
What we are doing is working with them to expand legal pathways.
Why doesn't President Biden get up in the morning tomorrow and say, we're changing the asylum process and we're doing what most other countries do, safe third country policy. You have to seek asylum. We support asylum. We have to seek asylum in the first safe country. That would eliminate 5.6 million people, boom, done, coming into our country illegally, wouldn't it?
Sir, I just want to point out Washington.
Wouldn't it?
It would, sir, but there are activities underway.
Let me ask you this, because I'm going to run out of time. President Biden and all of
what
you
just
believe in
watched is exactly why moments like this go viral. And honestly, they should. I'm Audrey, and this is Congress Lens, where we don't just watch congressional hearings, we break them down, strip away the politics, and focus on accountability. Senator John Kennedy didn't raise his voice. He didn't insult anyone personally. He did something far more dangerous in Washington. He asked basic questions and demanded real answers. And what stood out to me immediately is this. The people responsible for U.S. immigration policy could not answer the most fundamental questions about the crisis they're managing. Not estimates. Not ranges. Not even ballpark figures. If that doesn't concern you, it should. If you value transparency, border security, and real oversight, make sure you like this video, subscribe to Congress Lens, and turn on notifications, because moments like this deserve more attention than sound bites.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Morant, since President Biden's been president, how many non-American citizens have come into our country illegally or on the basis of a claim of asylum?
Thank you, Senator. HSI, as an investigative agency, is...
do you know the number?
No, Senator.
You're a senior member of Homeland Security, are you not?
That's correct.
Does anybody know the number? None of you know the number. Try 8 million. Now, of that 8 million, how many were children, Mr. Morant?
I don't have that number, Senator.
You don't know. Does anybody know? None of you know. Isn't that special? Let's assume half. Okay, 8 million is 4 Nebraskas, right? 4 new states. Let's assume, I don't think it's as high, half of them are children. How many of those 8 million people are still here? Do any of you know? Okay. How many of those 8 million are claiming asylum? You don't know? How many of them claim asylum and don't show up for their hearing? Nobody knows? How many of them claim asylum, don't show up for the hearing, and President Biden has deported them? You don't know? How many of them have claimed asylum, shown up for their asylum hearing, and been denied asylum and been deported? You don't know. How many of them were from Mexico? You don't know. How about 30%? That means 70% were not, right? Surely you know the answer to that. 30% minus 100% is 70%. Am I right? Okay, 30% came from Mexico. Why don't you implement a safe third country policy that says under asylum, Under our asylum rules, you have to seek asylum in the first safe country. So if you come, say, from Venezuela or Nicaragua or another Central American country, you have to seek asylum in the first safe country. Why don't you do that? And then that would eliminate 70% of the 8 million. That's 5.6 million. Why don't you do that, Mr. Morant?
Is that a question, sir?
Yes.
That's
All I've been asking are questions.
That's beyond the purview of HSI.
Oh, okay. How about you, Mr. Salazar? You're a former advisor to the vice president. How come we don't do a safe third country agreement?
Sir, we're working with our partners in the region. 21 countries signed on to the Los Angeles Declaration.
Have you done a safe third country agreement? You've had, what have you been at it, 2 years?
What we are doing is working with them to expand legal pathways.
Why doesn't President Biden get up in the morning tomorrow and say, we're changing the asylum process and we're doing what most other countries do, safe third country policy. You have to seek asylum. We support asylum. We have to seek asylum in the first safe country. That would eliminate 5.6 million people, boom, done, coming into our country illegally, wouldn't it?
Sir, I just want to point out Washington.
Wouldn't it?
It would, sir, but there are activities underway.
Let me ask you this, because I'm going to run out of time. President Biden and all of you believe in open borders, don't you? Don't you? I mean, I ask really basic questions. I don't mean any disrespect. I appreciate you being here. And I know you all love our country as we all do. But I believe in straight answers. I like straight answers and breakfast food. And there are only two possibilities here. Either President Biden and his team believe in open borders, or the people that the president has put in charge of the immigration policy of this country are not qualified to manage a food truck. And nobody's that incompetent. You folks believe in open borders, don't you?
Sir, I think we believe in secure borders.
You believe in then you don't even know how, well, I'm going to take 30 more seconds. You don't even know how many people have come in illegally since President Biden has been president? You're a former senior advisor to the Vice President of the United States, Mr. Salazar. And you can't even give me a number?
No, sir.
That's like going to an oncologist and asking him, what's cancer? And he says, I don't know. Give me a break.
Senator Welch.
Thank you. I thank the witnesses. Just speaking to my friend Senator Kennedy,
After watching the entire exchange, here's my honest take. Senator John Kennedy exposed a level of unpreparedness that should alarm every American, regardless of political party. This wasn't a trick hearing. These were basic, foundational questions. How many people entered illegally? How many are children? How many are still in the country? How many claimed asylum and never showed up? How many were denied and deported? And the answer, over and over again, was, we don't know. Let's be very clear. These officials are not commentators. They are not analysts. They are senior figures in Homeland Security and immigration policy. When Senator John Kennedy pointed out that roughly 8 million people have entered under President Biden's administration, no one challenged the number because no one had a better one. That silence matters. Then comes the most important part of the exchange. The safe third country question. Senator John Kennedy didn't propose something radical. He proposed something most developed countries already do. If someone travels through multiple safe countries before reaching the U.S., why isn't asylum required in the first safe country? When Senator John Kennedy pointed out that only about 30% of migrants come from Mexico, that means 70% passed through at least one safe nation. Implementing that policy alone could have prevented millions of illegal entries. And notice this, no one said it wouldn't work. They said it was beyond their purview. That's Washington speak for, we're not willing to do it. Senator John Kennedy then did something uncomfortable but necessary. He narrowed it down to two possibilities. The administration believes in open borders, or the people running immigration policy are dangerously unqualified. And he rejected the second option, because no one is that incompetent by accident. That comparison Senator John Kennedy made near the end, about an oncologist not knowing what cancer is, was harsh, yes. But it was also accurate. If you are tasked with managing the largest immigration crisis in modern U.S. history and don't know the numbers, you're not managing anything. What impressed me most is that Senator John Kennedy never needed theatrics. The facts, or the absence of them, did all the work. This wasn't about ideology. This was about competence, transparency, and responsibility. And whether you support stricter borders or a more open asylum system, everyone should agree on one thing. The people in charge should know what's happening. That's not too much to ask. This is why hearings like this matter, and why Congress Lens will keep watching, breaking them down, and calling attention to moments the mainstream media moves past too quickly. If you want more clear-eyed reactions like this, you already know what to do.